Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where this time we're going to be doing a character review and discussion for Jod Na Nawood, one of the newest characters we have introduced in the Star Wars universe from the show Skeleton Crew. If you haven't checked that show out, I do recommend giving it a watch. It is a lot better than I think a lot of people think it would be. And for what it is, it tells a good story and it is filled with some decent characters. And we're going to start with Jod as far as that series goes. Jod is the unquestioned leader of this group of kids that get lost far off in the galaxy. And he is a pirate, and he is someone that is characterized as having to have found his way on his own throughout life and throughout the galaxy. He is a pirate, he is kicked out of his own pirate gang, sees the opportunity to find this hidden planet of At-Aten, and it's really interesting to see how not every character in Star Wars needs to have some golden redemption. Some characters can really benefit from showing their true colors as the series goes on and remaining selfish and remaining true to the core of who they are. And that's where I think the right decision was made with Jod. He is not totally irredeemable to where he's just a terrible person. You can tell he does care about the kids and their well being to an extent. But once the time comes to make decisions where he has to choose between doing what he wants to do for himself and getting this treasure, putting the kids in danger potentially, that's the option he chooses. And what's interesting about Jod is he does have a connection to the Force, but it is a very untamed, untrained connection to the Force. He was discovered by an Order 66 survivor when he was a child, almost kind of like a Kanan and Ezra type relationship where, she was planning on training him and, helping kind of rebuild what was destroyed of the Jedi. And unfortunately, she was killed by the Empire when Jod was very early into her care. And that left Jod kind of having to find his own way, and he found his way into the pirate space. Pirates in Star Wars are really cool, really interesting. I'm really happy that in recent media they've really been brought to the forefront. We first saw pirates really early in the Clone Wars with Hondo and that crew, and Jod fits right into just this almost overly charismatic, you know, smuggler type. You can't have enough of those in Star Wars. I think it's a very common trope in the franchise, and it works really well here. Jude Law does a phenomenal job portraying Jod. Really happy with the performance he gave. I think the way he interacts with the droid SM-33, the way he interacts with the children, it's really phenomenal. Really adds a layer of depth to his character because you can see that tiny hint of conflict that he has, but it's just not enough to really dissuade him from what he ultimately wants to happen, which is usually something to benefit himself. Most of the decisions he makes are used to benefit himself. We're going to give him a 7.7 out of 10. This I feel is fair. I think there is room for his character in the future. They kind of left it open ended what his fate is at the end of Skeleton Crew, and I think that's intentional. I don't believe that show is going to get a season 2, but maybe in future Mandoverse projects, he will play some type of role, and there may still be room for him to be redeemed at the end. Like I said, he doesn't need to be, but it is open for interpretation where his true motives lie, especially in the aftermath of everything that happened in this series. So, yeah, 7.7 for Jod, and that's going to wrap this one up. I appreciate you watching. Leave a comment below on your thoughts on this character, and if you've seen Skeleton Crew, let me know. And as always, may the Force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.